All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are talking about what might just be your secret career weapon, especially when you're just getting started. We're going to talk about building your professional portfolio. So here's the situation, right? You know you have skills. You've done some awesome things at school or maybe volunteering, but your resume, well, it looks a little bit sparse. So how in the world do you convince an employer that you're the person they should hire? Well, the answer is a professional portfolio. Seriously, think of this thing as your personal highlight reel. It's a collection of your absolute best work that gives real, actual proof of what you can do. It completely changes the conversation from, I promise I can do this, to, here, let me show you how I've already done it. We're going to tackle this in 4 pretty simple parts. First, we'll talk about planning your personal brand. Then we'll figure out exactly what work to put in there. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of actually building the portfolio. And finally, we'll talk about how to use this new weapon of yours to actually land a great job. Okay, first things first, we need a strategy. A really great portfolio is not just a random binder of your old school projects. No, it's a focused, powerful argument for why you are the best person for the job. And that all starts with planning your personal brand. So this might be the most important part of the whole planning process. Before you even think about what to include, you need to write a message statement. Now, this isn't for the employer to read, this is for you. It's like your North Star. It's just a sentence or two that defines what your portfolio is trying to prove, and it'll keep you focused. For example, your message could be something simple and powerful like this. See how it hones in on those key skills that literally every single employer is looking for? Communication, problem-solving, teamwork. This simple sentence is going to guide every single choice you make from here on out. Next up are your goals. Now, unlike your message statement, these do actually go inside the portfolio. And you don't want to just think about today. You got to think about the future. What skills do you want to learn? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Writing down 3 to 5 really specific goals shows that you've got ambition and a plan. And this is just so important. Because even if you're just starting out, having clear goals tells an employer that you're not just looking for a paycheck. You're trying to build a career. It shows you have vision, you have self-awareness, and that is incredibly impressive to anyone who's hiring. Okay, our plan is in place. Let's move on to part 2, gathering the evidence. This is the fun part. This is where we get to show, don't tell, and we're going to pick the perfect pieces of work to prove our skills. Now, these skills on the screen, these are what employers say they want more than anything else. So your job is to think back. Think about school, volunteering, part-time jobs. When did you solve a tricky problem? When did you lead a team project? The answers to those questions, that's your portfolio gold. And I bet you can find that gold in more places than you think. That school project you got a great grade on, that shows communication skills, an award you won, leadership, a letter of recommendation, proof of teamwork. Pro tip, for everything you include, add a little 1-sentence caption explaining what skill it shows. It connects the dots for the employer so they don't have to guess. All right, so you've got your message, you have your goals, and you've gathered your best work. Now it's time to actually build this thing. We're going to talk about everything from how it should look and feel to putting it all together, both the old school physical way and the modern digital way. And please do not sleep on the power of good design. A clean, professional-looking portfolio tells someone you're detail-oriented and that you care about your work. And it tells them that before they've even read a single word. It's a huge first impression. And hey, here's a super quick design tip about fonts. Use a classic, easy-to-read serif font, you know, the ones with the little feet, like Times New Roman, for big chunks of text. Then, for your titles and headings, use a clean sans serif font, like Arial, to make them pop. Mixing them like this just makes everything look way more professional. If you're making a physical portfolio, keep it simple and clean. A nice 3-ring binder, those plastic sheet protectors, and some tabs to divide the sections. And make sure you have a cover page and a table of contents. And I'm going to say this twice. Proofread everything, and then have a friend proofread it. A tiny typo can really undermine all of your amazing work. Now, in today's world, an electronic portfolio or an e-portfolio is pretty much non-negotiable. Basically, it's a personal website all about you and your work. And the benefits are huge. Employers can look at it anytime. You can update it in seconds. You can even include videos. Plus, it automatically shows that you're comfortable with technology. And trust me, building one is way easier than you think. Get all your work saved as digital files, maybe sketch out a simple plan for the layout,
And then use one of the many free website builders out there. And another tip, try to get a professional web address like yourname.com. It's a small detail, but man, it makes a huge difference. Then just make sure you test it and get some feedback before you start sharing the link. Okay, you've built it, it looks fantastic. Now for the fun part. The most important part, actually. Let's talk about using this portfolio to make a real impact and open some doors. I absolutely love this quote because it just nails it. A portfolio isn't just a quiet folder of your stuff. It's an active, powerful tool you can use in the interview. It turns all your claims about yourself into cold, hard proof. So, here's how you do it. The interviewer asks, "So, can you tell me about a time you solved a problem?" First, you tell them the story. Then you lean in and say, "Actually, I have an example of that project right here," and you open your portfolio and show them. It is an absolute power move. And look, beyond that one interview, your portfolio has a life online. And today, the single most important place for your professional life online is LinkedIn. You really should think of your LinkedIn profile as a living, breathing portfolio that's always out there working for you 24/7. And the best part, you can get started on this today. Don't just make a profile and leave it. Fill it out completely. Connect with teachers, family, friends, people you've worked with. Join groups that are related to the career you want, and don't just lurk. Actually join the conversations. Honestly, spending just 15 minutes a day on this is one of the single best investments you can make in your career.
So let's wrap up with this question. You have already done things that are worth showing off. I guarantee it. A school project, an award, maybe an essay you're really proud of. The only thing left is to start gathering them. So what is the very first thing you're going to put into your new portfolio?